obviously not good. Not a good performance. Never respect. And questions, please.
Mario, how's Tyler Young? Is he going to go back into the game?
Well, he was banged up enough where they did not feel comfortable putting him back in. Don't know the severity of it sometime tonight or tomorrow.
The fourth quarter there looked like the effort dropped off as if they just stopped playing hard. Am I wrong in that assessment?
We'll see on tape. If someone stops playing hard, they got to go play somewhere else. What we got to do requires tough people. To turn a program and rebuild it requires tough-minded people that are willing to do the work. If that shows up on tape, got to find somewhere else. Some guys have played really well. Some guys have played hard. We'll go from there.
Mario, what was your message to the team? What was your message to the team after the game?
Reality. That's not it. You know, we're improving our ability to practice, our capacity to practice better, or whatnot, and we've talked some good stuff, and we've made some progress in certain areas, but that was regression, you know. And after a fast start, and then in the second quarter, you know, taking a dive, the third quarter came out and played with some good passion, executed well, took the lead in the game. They came back, they drove, and they scored, and after that, a lot of sorts, you know, fumbles, ball security, huge point of emphasis. We've done everything we can. We've got to do more because whatever we've done has not worked. We fumbled the ball. And then we gave up some pressures that provided or allowed them to get some sacks. Sometimes it's turning the protection that way. Sometimes they're bringing pressure away from the protection. Sometimes the ball's got to get out. Sometimes it's got to be picked up. It's a little bit of everything. But we got the quarterback hit, and we didn't establish the run game. You know, we're not knocking people back enough like we need to help the pass game. And we had made some progress on offense the last couple of weeks, and then it looked like we were going to get off to a strong start. We didn't, you know. And so you take complete responsibility as a head coach and as a program, you know. And I get it, you know. It's got to be real tough, you know. Unfortunately, you got to go through some painful steps, or we cause our own painful steps, extra painful steps that we don't need. So back to work.
Mario, did you see anything in practice that would suggest that something like this was possible?
No, we started fast. You know, we started fast and thought that we could do it. You know, some of the bodies down, you got to replace them with parts that aren't quite the same level, but that's ball. You know, in terms of putting the ball on the ground and ball security, no, because it's been such a huge point of emphasis. We felt we got good. We felt we were going to get good dividends today, but right away, right up 7-0 and driving, we put the ball on the ground. So.
Mario, can you assess Jake Garcia's performance today and just
Had some good moments and had some others that weren't so good. So.
Mario, if you find out that lack of effort was there, and that's appeared it happened too in the Middle Tennessee game, so how do you explain that? How do you fix it?
You either fix it or you get people that care and play as hard as you're supposed to as a Miami Hurricane. I don't think it's magical, you know. I don't think it's appropriate also to say someone didn't play as hard because other teams make plays too. I think you have to look at the tape and thoroughly assess it because there's nothing worse than saying someone didn't play hard when they played hard. Maybe they got run through and didn't tackle a guy. Maybe they weren't able to sustain a collision and get a guy to the ground, but the rest, most importantly, of all the things is understanding that when you go through something like this and you're rebuilding a program and you get hit in the face like this, that you got to be tough enough to look each other in the eye and stick together and go to work. It doesn't magically get better, okay? You've got to go to work, and that's the only focus. And that's the only thing we're going to do.
how do you make sure that morale doesn't drop? How do you keep the morale up after a game like this?
You go right to the truth. You don't head fake it. You know, I don't think at this point in time it's about morale. It's about reality. You know, the best way to build good morale is to have success and performance, and the best way to do that is to go back to work and work on the things that need to get better. You know, they're identified. There's some progress in some, but today regression showed up. That's the part that's disappointing because a lot of stuff had shown up over the past couple weeks that made us feel like we were going to have a positive performance today.
Mario, I don't know if it was a turning point or not, but certainly you had an important decision to make, fourth down, instead of punting it, go for it. I think it was at the before. Just talk about what went into that decision.
I just felt that we had some good momentum going. They had just driven the length of the field as well, and felt that we had some good plays drawn up to make them pay, you know, either man coverage or where they were bringing pressure or sat back and played. So I felt good about the answers, and I felt good about being aggressive.
Mario, there were four turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You guys started out, some issues, and then recovered well in the third quarter, and then had those four in the fourth quarter. Is that just kind of like desperation attempts, like a couple picks that Jake threw and stuff? Is that more desperation that caused those turnovers, or was just like?
We got to assess. We got to assess to see there was just too much anxiety, just pressing too hard to try to make a play. Usually that, accompanies, performance dips or whatnot, and that could be it, right? The game starts going on, and all of a sudden you see yourself, we built our own hole, and we just kept digging it deeper. We didn't do a good job coming out of it, but just very real with our approach, guys, But there's a lot of things we need to get a whole lot better at. There's moments here and there of stuff, but the work that we got to do and why we came here, we got to work, man. We got to do a lot of work, and we're going to do it. So, and you know what? When it turns, we'll look back on this as lessons. Right now, you got to eat it. You got to be a tough son of a gun. And if you're not, you know what? It ain't going to work. Mm-hmm. That? Wrap up, brother. Work it again and again and again and again and again and again until you can't get it wrong, right? And keep developing strength and conditioning. Make sure when you wrap up that you're clamped so tight that nothing's slipping out. Keep developing talent, keep recruiting talent so he could go in waves, and then when a backup comes in, he's playing just as hard or better than the guy that's in there before. Complete program development from top to bottom. That's what we're focused on. And unfortunately, it comes with some tough-ass days like today.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right.